There are 10 small, easily overlooked details that can make even the most expensive outfit look cheap. And here's the part that's genuinely going to surprise you. Not a single one of them has anything to do with how much money you spent. In fact, several of these mistakes are far more common in expensive wardrobes than budget ones, which means the woman spending the most might actually be making the very same errors as the woman spending the least. Today I'm walking you through all 10 of these details one at a time, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for the next time you get dressed regardless of your budget. Stick around until number 7 especially because it's the one detail almost nobody notices consciously, yet it affects how put together an entire outfit reads more than nearly anything else on this list. Hey there and welcome back to Ageless Style Secrets, the channel dedicated to helping women over 60 look polished, current, and completely confident, all without needing an expensive wardrobe or a personal stylist on call. If you're new here, welcome. I'm genuinely glad you found this video because today's topic gets right to the heart of everything this channel is about, looking genuinely elevated and put together regardless of budget. And if you're already part of this community, welcome back, get comfortable, because this list is going to change how you look at your own closet completely. Before we dive in, if this is your first time here, please subscribe before we continue. This channel is built specifically for practical, honest style advice for women exactly like you. And you won't want to miss what we cover next. If you're already finding this valuable, go ahead and tap that like button, and drop a comment letting me know how many of these 10 things you think you'll already recognize in your own closet. I have a feeling more than a few of you are going to be surprised. Alright, let's get into thing number 1, because it's probably happening in your closet right now. Thing number 1. Visible pilling on knitwear. Let's start with a detail that's genuinely so small it often goes unnoticed consciously, yet it registers instantly and subconsciously to anyone looking at you. Small fabric pills, those tiny little balls of fuzz that form on sweaters and knit fabric after repeated wear and washing. Even a genuinely expensive, high-quality sweater, once covered in visible pilling, reads as tired and worn out rather than polished, regardless of the original price tag. The good news here is this is one of the easiest and most affordable fixes on this entire list. A simple fabric shaver or sweater comb, both inexpensive tools available almost anywhere, can remove pilling in just a few minutes, restoring the fabric's smooth, clean appearance almost instantly. Making a habit of quickly checking your favorite knitwear before wearing it, and giving it a 30-second pass with a fabric shaver if needed, is genuinely one of the fastest, cheapest upgrades you can make to how put together your entire wardrobe appears. Thing number 2. Visible bra straps or ill-fitting undergarments. Next, visible bra straps peeking out from under a top's neckline, or the outline of ill-fitting undergarments showing through fabric, both details that instantly pull attention away from an otherwise put-together outfit. This isn't about undergarments being inherently problematic at all, it's specifically about visibility and fit becoming a distraction rather than staying invisible the way they're meant to. The fix here involves 2 simple habits. First, keeping a few clear or nude convertible bra straps on hand specifically for tops with wider or lower necklines, so straps simply become invisible rather than a visual distraction. Second, periodically checking that your primary undergarments still fit properly, since bra fit specifically tends to change gradually over time, and a bra that's shifted out of proper fit can create visible lines or bulges through fitted clothing that a properly fitted piece simply wouldn't create. This is genuinely worth a quick professional fitting every year or two, even if you're not planning to purchase anything new, simply to confirm your current size is still accurate. Thing number 3. Shoes that don't match the formality of the outfit. Here's a detail that creates an immediate visual disconnect. Wearing shoes with a formality level that doesn't match the rest of the outfit, casual sneakers with a formal dress, for example, or overly dressy heels with clearly casual weekend wear. Even when each individual piece is lovely on its own, this specific mismatch creates a jarring visual inconsistency that reads as thoughtless rather than intentional. The fix isn't about owning dozens of different shoe styles, it's simply about pausing before getting dressed, and asking whether your shoe choice genuinely matches the formality level of everything else you're wearing that day. A small handful of versatile shoes, one polished flat, one slightly dressier heel or wedge, and one elevated sneaker, as we discussed in a previous video, covers an enormous range of formality levels when chosen and paired thoughtfully, without requiring an extensive shoe collection at all. Thing number 4. Overly wrinkled clothing. We touched on this briefly in a previous video about t-shirt styling secrets, But it deserves a full mention here too, since it applies to literally every single piece in your wardrobe, not just casual basics. Wrinkled clothing, regardless of the original quality or price of the fabric, instantly reads as unkempt and cheap, while the exact same garment, freshly pressed or steamed, reads as considerably more polished and expensive. This is genuinely one of the most impactful lowest-cost fixes on this entire list. A simple handheld steamer, a genuinely worthwhile investment for your entire wardrobe, takes just a minute or two per garment and dramatically transforms how put together any outfit appears, from casual basics all the way to your most formal pieces. Okay, quick pause here because I want to know how many of these first four you've already caught yourself doing at some point: the pilling, the visible straps, the shoe mismatch, or the wrinkles. Drop the number in the comments. I read every single one. And I love hearing how relatable these small details are across our entire community. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a wonderful time, because we cover exactly this kind of practical, honest style advice every single week. Real details that make a genuine difference regardless of your specific budget. After subscribing, go ahead and tap that like button too. It truly helps this video reach more women who could use this exact information. Alright, let's keep going because thing number 5 introduces something a lot of us do without even realizing it. Thing number 5. Jewelry that's visibly tarnished or discolored. Here's a detail that quietly undermines an otherwise beautiful outfit. Jewelry that's visibly tarnished, discolored, or showing signs of wear. Particularly costume jewelry pieces that naturally tend to tarnish faster than fine jewelry over time. Even a genuinely beautiful piece, once visibly tarnished, reads as neglected rather than treasured, regardless of how much it originally cost or how sentimentally important it might be. The fix here is refreshingly simple. A quick polish using a specific jewelry cloth, widely available and inexpensive, or for more significant tarnish, a gentle jewelry cleaning solution designed for the specific metal type. Making a habit of quickly checking your go-to jewelry pieces every few months and giving them a simple polish when needed keeps your entire jewelry collection looking genuinely cared for and elevated, rather than quietly aging in a jewelry box unnoticed. Thing number 6. Overly matchy outfits from head to toe. We've touched on this specific concept in a previous video about jewelry sets, but it applies far more broadly to entire outfits as well, matching every single element too precisely, the exact same shade of blue in your top, your accessory, and your shoes, for example. While matching used to be considered the height of polish, an outfit matched too perfectly and completely from head to toe can actually read as slightly dated and overly deliberate rather than effortlessly elegant. The fix here involves intentionally introducing at least one point of contrast or variation into an otherwise coordinated outfit, a different but complementary tone rather than an identical match, or one neutral piece breaking up what would otherwise be complete uniformity. This small adjustment shifts an outfit from reading as overly coordinated toward reading as genuinely, thoughtfully styled. Thing number 7. Poor posture. The detail almost nobody notices consciously. Here it is, the detail I promised you at the very beginning, and it's genuinely one of the most impactful items on this entire list, despite having absolutely nothing to do with the clothing itself. Posture, specifically slightly slumped shoulders or a forward-leaning head position, affects how every single garment on your body actually falls and drapes, regardless of how expensive or well-fitted that garment originally was. Here's why this matters so enormously. Clothing is designed and fitted based on a standard, upright posture. When shoulders round forward even slightly, fabric that would otherwise fall smoothly and cleanly instead bunches, pulls, and creates unflattering lines across the back and shoulder area, essentially undoing the careful tailoring and fit of the garment entirely. This happens completely unconsciously to nearly everyone throughout the day, particularly during long periods of sitting or looking down at phones and screens. The fix here isn't about achieving perfect, rigid posture at all times. That's neither realistic nor necessary. It's simply about periodically checking in with your own posture throughout the day, gently rolling your shoulders back and down, lifting slightly through the chest, and lengthening through the back of the neck. This small, repeated habit genuinely changes how every single outfit you own actually falls in photographs, often creating a more significant visual improvement than any specific clothing purchase could achieve on its own. Alright, one more quick pause before we finish this list because I have a feeling thing number 7 just gave quite a few of you something genuinely new to think about. If you've never considered posture as a style factor before today, drop a comment saying mind blown. I promise this connection surprises far more women than you'd expect. And if this video is giving you real value, please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. This channel exists specifically to help you uncover these exact kinds of small, overlooked details every single week. Like this video too, it genuinely helps more women discover this information. Okay, let's finish this list with the final 3 items. Thing number 8. Scuffed or unpolished shoes. Here's a detail that carries an enormous amount of visual weight, quite literally. Since shoes form the foundation of every single outfit you wear, scuffed, dirty, or unpolished shoes, even beautifully coordinated, expensive clothing loses much of its polish the moment attention travels down to worn, neglected footwear. The fix here depends on your specific shoe material. For leather shoes, a simple polish and buff, either done at home with basic shoe polish, or occasionally at a professional shoe repair shop, restores that clean, cared-for appearance remarkably effectively. For fabric or canvas sneakers, a quick wipe down or gentle wash keeps them looking fresh rather than visibly dirty. Making shoe care a regular habit, rather than something addressed only when scuffing becomes severe, genuinely elevates how every single outfit built around those shoes actually reads. Thing number 9. Heavy, unblended makeup application. This next detail applies specifically to makeup rather than clothing, but it genuinely belongs on this list, since it affects overall appearance just as significantly as any garment choice. Heavy foundation with visible harsh lines at the jaw, or eyeshadow applied without proper blending, creating obvious hard edges rather than soft, natural gradients. The fix here isn't about wearing less makeup necessarily, it's specifically about blending technique. A few extra seconds spent properly blending foundation along the jawline and hairline, and a similar few extra seconds blending eyeshadow edges using a clean blending brush, makes an enormous difference in how natural and polished makeup application ultimately reads, regardless of how much product was actually applied in total. Thing number 10. Clothing that no longer fits properly. And finally, the item that ties this entire list together, continuing to wear clothing that no longer fits properly, whether that's become slightly too loose, slightly too tight, or simply shifted in fit due to natural body changes over time. This is genuinely one of the most common items on this list, since our bodies naturally change gradually, and it's easy to keep reaching for familiar, beloved pieces well past the point where they're still genuinely flattering in their current fit. The fix here requires an honest, periodic assessment, perhaps once or twice a year, of your current wardrobe against your current body, rather than your body from several years ago. Pieces that no longer fit properly are often excellent candidates for simple, affordable tailoring adjustments, taking in a waistband, adjusting a hem, or letting out a seam slightly, rather than requiring an entirely new purchase. A skilled local tailor can often transform a beloved but currently ill-fitting piece back into something that genuinely flatters your current body, often for a fraction of the cost of replacing the item entirely. So there you have it, 10 specific details that can quietly cheapen even the most expensive outfit: visible pilling, exposed undergarments, mismatched shoe formality, wrinkled clothing, tarnished jewelry, overly matched outfits, poor posture, scuffed shoes, unblended makeup, and clothing that no longer fits properly, along with genuinely simple, affordable fixes for every single one. The real secret was never about spending more money at all, it was always about attention to these small, easily overlooked details that make the difference between an outfit that reads as polished and intentional, versus one that reads as tired or thoughtless, regardless of the original price tag involved. If this video helped you see your own wardrobe a little differently today, that's exactly why we make videos like this every single week. So here's what I'm asking. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, so you never miss a new video the moment it goes live. After that, give this video a thumbs up if you're addressing even one of these 10 things this week, and drop a comment telling me which one surprised you the most. Share this with a friend who could use this information too, she'll genuinely thank you for it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very next video.